Here are the 7 things you shouldn't do in Bali, Indonesia. Do not enter the temples with your shoes on. Being a Hindu-majority province in Indonesia, you are bound to come across a lot of temples. It is a custom to not wear shoes when inside, so remember to leave your shoes outside, or you might risk offending locals that will ask you to leave or return after taking your shoes off. Also, avoid entering temples if you have an open wound. It is considered a taboo and might invite stares from locals. Avoid drinking tap water. It is best to buy packaged mineral water if you feel thirsty. The restaurants often serve tap water for drinking water, and it would be a better option to choose to buy a packaged bottle. Still a developing country, Indonesia doesn't have the best filtration systems in place, so the water flowing from taps may not be recycled properly and may still have some germs or bacteria that might cause stomach upsets. Do not visit temples wearing revealing clothes. This is applicable to both men as well as women. You should be aware that when you're entering a sacred place of worship such as a temple or a mosque, it is best to wear appropriate clothes. It would be best to wear a sarung, which is a kind of long clothing that covers your entire body including your feet. It would also be best to leave your shorts at home when you're entering a temple. It would be advisable that women cover their heads. Avoid using your left hand for giving or taking things. The left hand in Bali is considered an unclaimed part of the body. Therefore, it is the right hand that the locals use most of the time to do something important, such as giving or gifting somebody something, pointing, eating, and so on. When in Bali, it is best to use your right hand to do the above-mentioned activities. Do not honk without any reasons. If in Bali you happen to hire a car, bike or scooter, it would be best to not press the honk and create a disturbance. You will notice that the cars often just honk a couple of times, and that is enough to send a signal to the vehicle in front. Being aggressive by pressing down on your horn will lead to getting a lot of unpleasant looks from locals who frown upon the noise that the honk produces. A couple of presses would be adequate if necessary. Do not point your toes towards a Buddha statue or symbol. Do not ever point your feet at someone, or do not touch anyone with your feet. If you do so by mistake, do not forget to apologize, as such behavior is considered extremely rude. Also, never sit with your feet pointing towards the shrine of a god in a temple, since you might end up offending the locals who consider it a sign of mockery or disrespect. Do not mock religious processions. It is advisable to maintain decorum when religious processions are organized on the streets, especially if it is a funeral procession. A Hindu funeral procession is called Nggaban in Bali, also known as Palebon or Pitriyadnya. If you happen to come by Nggaban, it is best to not make any noise and maintain silence till it or you pass, or you will definitely end up being confronted for your behavior.